YouTube.
What's going on?
What's going on this Father's Day?
Yeah,
What's
happy
going
Father's
on?
Day to all the fathers out there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I see y'all popping in already. What's going on, everybody? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. We keeping the tradition going. Every year, Father's Day, we've been coming on here doing it live. And of course, y'all know I got to bring Pops on, man.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure and it's a blessing. It's good to see you, hear your comments. And, I've been keeping up with you guys. So, thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely.
I hope you have having a wonderful day on this beautiful Sunday. Don't laugh at our little. My wife did all this.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciative of it. Not like the real King's crown, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it on for Father's Day for you.
Well, y'all ain't got to witness the crown yet, but I do got a new crown I will be bestowing upon you guys. Man, so first and foremost, before we get into it, man, I want to talk to you guys. I've been seeing the comments, man. And trust me, I know, I understand. A lot of people been, hey man, what's going on, King? Where you been? And listen, new job, crazy schedule during training, man. Officially signed off, so I should have a set schedule so I can get back to it, man. I know you guys been waiting patiently. I appreciate that a lot. But you make life changes. Sometimes it affects things. And, trust me, I've been waiting to get back in front of this camera. Like I said, we're 6 years into this thing. You guys been rocking all the way. And I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? So,
give a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out for that.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, for true content. Y'all seen some of the other stuff that be on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
Y'all know what the deal is. Come on now.
Yeah. I am going to be making some changes. I will be still doing streams. I will still be going on, making some visits on other shows, but I want to get back to my roots. I'm not a streamer. That's not what I built this house upon. I'm not a streamer. Y'all know I'm not, man. But I do have fun when I do come on here and talk to you guys. I don't want to just turn into just that. I want to keep going what I started. So we're going to go back to my heritage and we're going to really, take it back about a good 5-6 years when I was really pumping out some of that gold, man. So that's where we're going to be going forward with this channel. It's going to be a lot more video production instead of streaming. We'd probably stream once or twice. I would say maybe once a week, something like that. But yeah, I want to get back to my roots, man. So, but that's what's been going on. That's where I've been. Like I said, life changes. But I got so much I want to talk about. And I can't imagine a better person to do it with more than Mr. Pops over here, than Mr. Chuck over here. So let's dig into it. We'll be talking Pistons and Lions. So I know some Lions fans in here. We will be talking Lions. So just stick around. We ain't going to be long. But we got to start out with these Pistons, man. It's heating up. We are right here at the draft. We know the names that's out there, the top four, Jaden Ivey, Shaden Sharp, Keegan Murray, and of course, Mr. Mathurin out of Arizona. So first and foremost, Pops, who's your guy? Who's your guy out of that four? Do you think the Pistons should, consider drafting it? Or is it two? Is it two guys? Or do you locked on two? Or
I'm really locked on. Well, I am kind of locked on two, but the number one name I've been hearing, and it is of course Ivy.
Yeah.
That the only scenario, even with all our draft picks, like you said, it's the top four, but you got to remember who got the fourth pick.
Yeah.
Is the Sacramento. I don't even know what to say about that.
Sacramento idiots.
Yeah,
that's what we gonna call it.
Yeah, Sacramento. They say they want to win now, but got to see what they're going to do. But Ivy seems to be the number one choice. As for me, as far if they can't get Ivy, maybe Keith Murray would be the next choice. But then you got to see what you're going to do with Jeremy Grant, or is Murray going to come off the bench? They do got that suitor of a lot of wings.
Yeah.
And I don't want Shaden Sharp. I'm not nothing against
Shaden Sharp.
Shaden Sharp. Yeah, Shaden Sharp. I don't know that much about him.
Mystery man.
Yeah, I haven't seen no tapes on him. All I can tell you is what I've heard. on the radio and things of that nature, and what people so-called have seen him working out in the gym.
Yeah.
So don't really know where that's at. I know he didn't play at Kentucky, even though
Yeah.
he was scheduled for Kentucky. He didn't play.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to think about that. And I'm very confident in Troy Weaver. I mean, Troy Weaver is going to do his homework. He's
Yeah.
gonna pull up. He's going to look under every rock and stone. He's going to turn over every rock and stone to make sure that he gets the right guy in here. So no Sharp. If they can't get that, then it's the other boy from Arizona.
Yeah, Matherin. Yeah,
Matherin. I may go with that. I also like Davis.
Yeah.
But main one is Ivy. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this first and foremost. I'm gonna start with Shaedon Sharpe. I know he got a cult fan base out there. They seen some highlights in high school. They heard about the vertical, and a lot of these guys. A lot of the fans want based on fun to watch, athleticism, fun to watch, listen, my thing with Shaedon, I can't get behind something if I haven't seen enough of it. And that's I don't despise the young man. He probably is talented. I don't know if this is the situation where we still swinging for the fences like that, because like I said, we just took our number one guy in Cade. We have an opportunity. I think a lot of people forget about free agency. I think we're going to sew up some things in free agency. I don't know, man. Like before Cade Cunningham, I would have been like, fine. We need to take a swing for the fences. But now that since we have Cade, it's not like we're adding things for Cade. You know what I'm saying? We're not sitting here and adding something to compete with Cade or
that's right.
Or are we looking for that Cade? We have him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and then let me get straight to you. I'm only saying that because Cade can play with anybody.
Yeah, with anybody.
Yeah,
anybody.
So we're not even saying that he in other words, like he gonna mess Cade up or mess a Sadiq Bey and them up. No, they got their he's built the foundation already.
Right.
The general manager. He's already built that solid foundation where they're gonna start at. So that's not what we're saying. But I'm in agreement with you. I just don't know that much about Sharpe. And I'm not bad mouthing him, but
and like I said, it's based off of information.
Yeah,
it's based off of information. Like I said, it would be different if coming out of high school he had that that LeBron-esque, Carmelo-esque type of vibe. You don't hear about him on ESPN. You don't see him all over magazines and everything. It's not that type of vibe. He's not Zion. You know what I'm saying? He's not Zion Williamson coming, getting ready to go to college or something like that. So, like I said, it's not that type of vibe. So, with that situation, with that being said, I just don't think this is where you take him. You know what I'm saying? With that 5th pick, I just don't. And like I said, I have nothing against the young man.
Right.
And if he does turn into a great talent, that's great. But at this point, I'm concerned about adding to not only Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey. I love people keep forgetting for Sadiq for some reason, like he don't exist. We looking for more to add to Cade and Sadiq Bey.
Don't leave Sadiq out of it. The last couple of years. Even this past year, when Sadiq got off to a slow start, that sophomore kind of jinx start.
Yeah.
But see, now it would be, you might even been able to agree with some of the negative feedback that he had on him if he was just somebody off the street that just didn't work.
Right.
This guy works on his game.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he works on his game so much. Troy Weaver and them was trying to tell him, look, take a break. We need for you to stop. He's a gym rat.
Yeah.
He's a sponge head. That's what in the old days. That's what we used to say. He soaks the game. He lives the game. So that'd be one thing if he didn't do that. But he works on his game, and he's just going to get better and better and better. Even the great players go through slumps, right?
Yeah, right. Like I said, with him, the situation is, and I see you in the comments, Miss McCray. I see you. I see you in the comments right there. But the thing with Sadiq Bey is, like I said, when players address certain parts of their game, they take a step back in certain departments because of the focus on those parts of the game. And what he added to his game was the ability to drive to the basket, use post moves, use things like that, get to the free throw line. So to do that in one season, coming off a rookie season, is absolutely amazing and speaks to his work ethic. We're talking about an Iron Man here. This man played every single game of the season. We have pros that have not done that.
I think it was only 5. He was one of 5 guys.
Exactly. So, like I said, listen, we adding to K and we adding to Sadiq Bey. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's the move that you make. Now, on the flip side of that, let's move on to Ivy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Ivy most likely is probably going to be the pick. What's going on, Joe Polo? I see you in the comments, man. I got to acknowledge, man. Everybody that's doing it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Wonderful job.
Wonderful job. Professionalism right there in the comments. Yes. So, yeah, man. Listen, Ivy, when it comes to Ivy, he probably might end up being a pick, to be honest. I truly, if Sacramento doesn't Sacramento, they probably go with Keegan type of guy if they don't trade the pick, because you stated that you want to win now. And out of those guys, the guy that's closest to being ready to contribute right away is Keegan Murray. So he fits the timeline. He's the age and everything. You know what I'm saying? So he offers you the more out of all of them. And when I say all of them, I'm not just talking about the ones we talking about. I'm talking about all of them. He offers the most, man. Because like I said, this man was, in 1 year in college, he turned himself into a scoring machine without being numero uno on his team.
Let me just say this too. Why is it always the opposite end of the spectrum when we talk about these players? Keegan Murray,
Sadiq Bey.
Well, look,
they did it with Sadiq.
Keegan Murray, 22 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on.
Yeah.
See. Well, I'm trying to think, when was the last time somebody turned 21 or 22 years old? That was old. And
he's not.
I know there's a timeline in basketball.
These super duper young players is a new thing, by the way.
Exactly.
This is a new thing, right? Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of these franchises are struggling because they keep swinging for potential instead of what's right in front of you. Evaluation.
You hear that?
You see what I'm saying? Rules don't change when it comes to evaluating players.
Yeah, that's right.
You swing into the player, for the fences, imagining what a player could be. That's why I cringe every time I hear somebody say, "Oh, he has a higher ceiling." What is that? Like you hoping and wishing that this guy is going to turn into something. You can call it a ceiling. You can call it the top of the building. I don't care.
Yes, I agree.
What I evaluate right now with these players, as far as in college, in big games, with the lights on, that's what I'm going off.
Exactly.
Not some hope and wish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that ceiling talk, it annoys me so much. But like I said, when you look at a guy like Keegan Murray, he's not athletic. So of course, automatically, if he ain't dunking and jumping out the gym, they like, okay, he ain't athletic. His ceiling ain't too high. Like, what are you talking about? I went over it before. How many players that I can go down the list that are champions, that contribute to teams, that are not freakish athletic? We just got done watching Luka Doncic. Is not athletic by a long shot.
That's why it's called team.
Yes. I don't care how athletic. You know how many athletic people we've drafted before that just wasn't. They couldn't play ball. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, when it comes to guys like Ivy definitely has potential. I prefer that term.
Yes.
Potential. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he has a higher ceiling than somebody. How the hell do you know that? But it's like I said, he has potential to be a really good player in this league. None of these guys that we're talking about, including the top 3, none of those guys say superstar to me in this draft. We have a draft with a long list of good contributing players and all-stars. I don't see superstar. I see all-star. You know what I'm saying? Out of some of these dudes. So, like I said, we want to go and add the best thing to K and Sadiq. But we heard the same things about Sadiq. He's not athletic, this, that. That's how he fell to us. That's how the blessing fell to us. Oh, he's just a shooter. He has no athleticism and this, that, and the third.
And that, not only him, let's jump on 3 picks before that, the 16th pick.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much us saying it here in Detroit about Isaiah Stewart, but the league was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Even if you remember going back to that 2021 draft, there was the commentators out of the 2 people doing the draft, and they kept saying Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
Why would they pick Isaiah Stewart? This guy, he played out in Washington. He can't jump. Oh yeah, he's a little rugged down there, but he doesn't have that it about him.
Yeah, his game isn't marketable. That's what it is. His game isn't marketable, is what that is. Right, they can't sell you Isaiah Stewart. They can't sell you relentless motor, rebounding, defense. They can't sell you that. They got to sell you high flying, crazy dunks. Yeah, I would over the top layups. I say this all the time. A lot of people fall in love with players over the top layups. Bro, just lay the ball in the rim. All that flailing of your arms and all this wild, lay the ball up. You know what I'm saying? So on many occasions, I've seen players miss layups, you know what I'm saying, because they just overdoing it. So listen, here we go. This is what we need to do. We need to add to what we have. Whether it be in the draft or free agency. So taking a guy like Ivy does not hurt you. Taking a guy like Keegan does not hurt you. Taking a guy like Mathurin does not hurt you. You understand? So that's the point that we're at. We're at a certain stage in this thing. Yes, exactly. Oh my God. Oh, yes. That's the word I'm looking for. A restoration. A restoration. So,
and thank God that it's Troy Weaver.
Yeah, and exactly
that's the wild card.
Yeah, and see that's the thing.
Would
Troy,
you rather have Stan back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ruining. I'm
Stan. Listen, even though I believe that Jalen Green is going to be an incredible player, he would have took Jalen over Cade. I can tell you that right now. He would have took the more marketable selling point. That's just what Stan Van Gundy would have, the high flying highlight play guy. That's what he would have did. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if he took down, and I was one of the ones back in the day that was on board with it, but if he took down old broken down Blake,
oh God,
who was way past his prime, and he gave you one pretty good year, I would say. But then after that, he got his frustration year out the way, and then he went back to his old ways. Then now we see where his career is at.
Yeah, now. He can't even get on the court.
He can't even get on the court, especially not back in Brooklyn.
That's why I say to them Zach LaVine fans, man, I don't want a guy that got to have a surgery every summer after you get done with the season. I'm smooth. You can keep Zach LaVine, man. Another thing we got to talk about, free agency. Ayton. Ayton is a name. Ayton, man. Everybody, they love Ayton so much. Me personally, I'm on the fences about the Ayton situation. The reason why is I evaluate differently. I've seen Ayton disappear in a lot of games. I really have. Especially games where I feel like he should have been more aggressive. And then on top of that, I factor in another thing. Chris Paul. He's over there with Chris Paul. Chris Paul can make something look really great. So with us having a guy like, the guards we have in Cade and Killian being guys that's not selfish, that can set up big man, that you've seen what happened with Bagley. I just feel like we can turn a guy that's a cheaper price into something that's going to give you we need rebounding. We need block shots. We need somebody that can give you a little bit in the post. But is Ayton for the max? Is that the guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's other options out there. You know what I'm saying? So do we just go Ayton? You know what I'm saying? So I hear that name so much, man. And I'm like, dude, this dude he's not spectacularly better than some of the other guys that's out there. I think he's just in a better situation. Some of them guys are playing with absolute garbage at guard. We've seen what having garbage at guard can do to a big man. Obviously. So I heard about the sign and trade situation, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, man. We've seen big guys go to waste because of the situation at the end. So like I said, man, whichever guy out of those guys, I truly believe with the guards that we do have, they can flourish. They'll be able to flourish. Whether you take the guy that has the bigger contract, or you take the guy that's hustling and trying to make himself a household name and whatever it is. Like I said, we just need a purpose out of them. You see what, even though, Boston just lost in the finals, but you see guys like Williams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, rim runner. Yes.
You see guys like that.
And you know what, son? You just hit on something because see, I need a guy, and something that I haven't seen Ayton do. But I even seen Isaiah Stewart do it. You see, what's the boy down in Miami? Bam. You see it goes out.
Yeah.
They can defend. And see, we're built. That's what Troy is building. He's building that toughness, but 5 guys on the court that can defend any position. Yeah. I'm not now. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say stop them, but they're going to be up in your face. And they're going to be able to defend. And the center got to be able to step out. How many times last year did you see Isaiah Stewart? As much as, like I said, they downed him when the Pistons picked him. Step out on that guard. Who was that one guy? I can't remember who it was. And he could not. I mean, Greg Kelson and Nick kept saying, this guy was quick. Yeah. He could not measure Isaiah Stewart because he was down in that position.
Yeah.
That's what you need out there.
On top of that, like I said, I put the name out there a while ago. People was laughing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Oh, man, he's that and this. But when I say a guy like Mo Bamba, number one, he's better defensively.
Yeah, he is better defense.
Number two, he's much bigger than what he was coming into the league. He has put on muscle, and he can shoot threes.
Yeah. And he can shoot.
He can stretch the floor. But him being in Orlando is what I'm talking about. One of those garbage situations, man. He wanted out of there. You go out in the draft and you still drafting bigs, and I'm here already. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we said some of the same things with Bagley. He's done. He just that and third or whatever else. And then when he comes here in 21 games or 20-something plus games, he flourished. Yeah. He flourished. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, don't get so sure-minded on things is what I'm saying. There's guys out there that offer what we need. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to break the bank to do it. I would say when it comes to big contract time, it's when we are really contending for the Eastern Conference. We are still taking baby steps right now.
That's right.
We're still taking baby steps right now. Right. So, like I said, it's so many different ways you can look at this thing. But I'm super excited for this draft. I hope you guys got the free available tickets to the draft party to go down there because it's going to be a great atmosphere. Down there at the arena. So, they may still have some available. So check out the website, go on Twitter, and see if they still have some available for you guys to get in free and enjoy that. It was a blast last year. I'll say that. So, with that said, draft coming up, whoever we take, whatever we do in free agency, I'm looking for the Pistons to have a really impressive season next season, and really shock some people. Yeah, some people won't be shocked. Let's be honest. Some of these teams, they see what's coming. Yeah, these star players, they talk about it. In the press conferences.
Yeah, one of them was Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Man, they tried to, when the Pistons played them back there, and I think it was a game in February, and they tried to put the Pistons down. Well, first of all, Kevin Durant does have one of the few players he got a relationship with in the NBA with Cade Cunningham. They worked out together, they talked, and when the reporter asked him his head something about Detroit, he said, "Well, what about Detroit? What you mean?"
Yeah.
He said, "That's a up and coming team. You got." He said, first of all, and then he started chuckling. He looked into the mic. He said, "First of all, they got a 6'6" guy that can play the point and do it all. So what are you talking about?"
Yeah, and a lot of people. The reason why I tell you all the time, watch them documentaries, man. When them good dudes was coming in, because people don't realize the relationship that Cade and KD have. They're friends already. Right. You know what I'm saying? So KD obviously he knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows the deal. So that's why in these press conferences you're gonna get that type of feedback. But yeah, man, like I said, it's a situation where I think Detroit has a legit chance to really put some pressure on some of these teams. It's going to be some breakups. We will see what happens with some of these teams. Some of these teams are going to break some things down.
Yeah, they are.
So what the Eastern Conference is going to look like is going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. You already got a lot of rumors floating around draft night. So it's going to be interesting. Let's just say that. I got a comment, man. I got to touch on this. I really didn't want to because it sparks fire in some people. Get back Drummond. I did a poll on Twitter just for fun, and boy, did that thing turn into something. I have put out there: would you take Drummond back on a minimum, or would you take him back for 3 years, $30 million? That's cheaper than Kelly Olynyk. And boy, did that poll go crazy. Drummond with this roster, Drummond with Cade Cunningham, with Killian Hayes, with everybody else that we have on this roster. Would you take him back? Would you take that back? And this is coming after the interview that he did, and he basically had a lot to say about Detroit. Mm-hmm. He owes them his life and everything else, and it was very touching. It really was. Yeah.
I felt the sincerity.
Yeah.
What he was saying, he was really sincere about that, and but yeah, you know what? At this point, well, I think you mentioned it at the beginning. Some of the big men in the league was ruined by or didn't get their proper due without a guy that efficient point guard.
Yeah,
that knows how to set the pace. I mean, I'll put it this way. Could you imagine? I know, Chris Paul kind of broke down at the end of the playoffs because, after a man is about 40 years old. But could you imagine him with a Chris Paul? Chris Paul makes anybody better. See, that's what we're talking about.
Well, okay, I will say this. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about it as a starter.
Yeah, right. That's what
we're not talking about it as a starter, y'all. We are not talking about it as a starter. Right. Similar to the role that he's been serving in Philly and in Brooklyn. So that's what we're talking about. Not as a starter. The only time he did play well is with Brandon Jennings, because he only had one real true point guard. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Jackson was selfish. And we ain't going to talk about the old men we've had at point guard. Let's not go down memory lane. So that's why that came out there. That was just a fun little topic I wanted to bring up real quick. Let's go back.
You said the old man at point guard. You ain't talking about Calderon.
No, I'm talking about Calderon, Steve Blake. I can go down the list with these senior citizens we had starting. He always out there directing like he know what he's doing.
And then if he does make a 3-pointer, he's going back down court.
Yeah. Like, man, if you don't get out of here, man. You're playing that rec ball. Get out of here. Man, what?
Oh, that was funny. That used to be so funny.
Yeah, man. So out of all of these guys in the top 3, is there anybody that you could see that could possibly fall past number 3 out of those guys? Rather Chet. I'm probably sure Jabari ain't.
No, but Jabari won't.
I would say
between two.
It's between two. If there's any possibility, probably like a 5% chance.
Yeah, that's 5, maybe 3% chance that it's going to happen. I think those 3 are going to go 1, 2, 3. I don't know what order. I think. Well, do you think? Let's ask the question. Do you think Jabari is the number 1 pick?
Jabari is the top pick. You just got to be.
You think Orlando is going to make that?
I don't think they are though. Orlando is. I think they're probably going to go.
I heard them talking about Chet because him and
they was talking about Chet until the measurements.
Okay.
When they got the measurements and found out that Banchero was 6'10" and some change without shoes on.
Yeah, 6'10", 250.
I think that kind of changed a thing or two, because a lot of people didn't believe he was, legit that big. You know what I'm saying? And when they found that out, I don't know, man.
Now that's the 2 I was going to say between Chet and him, but now that you did mention that, it might just be Chet.
Yeah, I think Chet is the most the likely one, if that even is a possibility.
Well, now here's the next question, since you threw that out there. Mm-hmm. So say the draft goes on, Sacramento ain't made the trade yet, and Chet is there at 4. What does Sacramento do?
They're not going to take him.
You don't think they're going to take him?
I think they probably will. It's sack time. Put him and Sabonis together. They probably would do that. Knowing sack time. But to me, like I said, it's so stupid because you got rid of Halliburton.
Yes.
So you kind of feel like, okay, I can't take a shooting guard now.
Yeah, that's why I keep wondering why you talking about Ivy and you got rid of. Well, why did you get rid of Halliburton?
Because, like I said, you think you're finna win now with Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. You're absolutely out of your mind if you think that's what's finna happen. You're not about to beat nobody in the playoffs with that.
Right.
I like Sabonis, but no, that ain't the guy.
Well, don't forget they had Harrison Barnes too.
Yeah, like they terrible.
Yeah. So
they are terrible. Like I said, Chet coming in is not going to contribute right away.
Mm-hmm.
Chet gonna have to put some muscle on, man. Let's just be honest about it. You're gonna play power forward. They're gonna try to abuse you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna make him work on both sides of the floor.
Right.
He's gonna be good as a help side defender. You know, so he will get block shots from that.
He will. Right.
But they're gonna put the pressure on you when you gotta, play defense on that other end. They're gonna put somebody. They're gonna post you up, man. You out there. Listen, this ain't college. When they see barbecue chicken, they gonna go and get it.
Yeah.
They're gonna put somebody. They're gonna put a body on you. So, like I said, this ain't Kevin Durant. Kevin came in skinny. That's different. This dude ain't Kevin Durant. He ain't fast. He ain't as athletic as Kevin Durant. This is different. This is a different situation. So, I don't know, man. With Sacramento talking about they want to win now, it just makes more sense for Keegan Murray to me. You don't you need something around that 3 type of guy that can play 4 in some situations.
Yeah.
They need that.
Right.
But if you go out here and draft another shooting guard, I'm gonna look at you like, bro, what are you doing? Because you got rid of Halliburton. You went out here, you got rid of a guard to take another guard in the draft. You're Sacramento, that's what you're doing.
Also, is it true? I'm hearing rumors that Ivy doesn't really even want to go to Sac, though.
No, he's made it known he don't want to go to Sac. He wants to go to 2 places, and I'm gonna tell you those 2 places: Detroit, most of all, Indiana.
Right.
He wants to go to Indiana. Right. You read those reports and them stories, man, the interviews. He wants to go and play home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What player don't want to play at home? That's right. So, like I said, it's, man, yeah, Sacramento, they hold, it's not even the top 3 team. Sacramento holds the keys to the draft for us. Yeah. That's not a great thing, man.
Yeah, that was the worst thing. The balls fell for them.
That's not a good thing, man, when they holding the keys right now, because the domino's going to fall after number 4.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The top 3, either way, you can interchange them guys either which way.
Either way, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at pick at number 4 is very pivotal for this draft, man. It's gonna be interesting. So, like I said, out of those 4 guys, what you read? What
Sacramento's
they're gonna draft Stanley Johnson.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. It's
oh man.
Like I said, when you see some of this stuff, man, it's we got this. I gotta talk about Joe Polo. Are you still in the comments? Mm-hmm. Please be still in the comments, man, because he sent me something on Twitter that almost made me crash my car. I believe it. Mm-hmm. I can't believe it, but I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know this fan base. We know this fan base, man. Joe Polo sent me a message on Twitter. Oh, my God, bro. He sent me a message on Twitter, and somebody came in his comments and said that Jaden Ivey has a better ceiling than Cade. So Jaden Ivey's going to be better than Cade Cunningham, y'all. Jaden Ivey. Off his dunking, it's gonna be better than Cade Cunningham. That's where we going with this following right now. That's why I just been stepping back on Twitter. I'm not even trying to say, man. You say one thing on Twitter, here they come. I've been stepping back on Twitter.
Somebody had to be drinking that day or drugs.
Like this is a real thing. Let me show y'all that this is a real thing. Y'all seen that he's still in here, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Make sure y'all, if y'all ain't subscribed to Joe Polo, I swear to goodness, bro. Please subscribe and go in them comments, man, on the recent video, because he going through it. I'm kind of glad that my work schedule has been like that, and I had to step away for a minute. Because I would probably have more gray hair right now. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, he just what was this 1 day ago? Yep. Yeah, there you go, right there. Probably too blurry for y'all.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, right there.
Good. Yeah, when I'm not listening,
y'all see what I'm saying about this ceiling?
I'm listening to Joe, and please go in there and don't. I know he had trouble with YouTube. Don't let that stop you. You still go on there and get that good information but that's funny.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying about this ceiling stuff, right?
Better than the cave, huh?
Y'all see, this is what I'm talking about with that ceiling stuff. This is what I mean.
Yeah,
so that's what we're dealing with out there. We're dealing with this cult following right now, man. It's crazy. They are in love with highlight tapes.
I think that he was drinking. He was drinking that day.
They are in love with highlight tapes. That guy, that must be one of Motor City Sports Talk people, man, or something. Yeah. I think that's where they coming from. It probably was him, his burner account. That's what that is.
Ain't no way. He was brave enough to.
Oh, man, wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man.
That is I mean, you're entitled to have your own opinion, but have something to talk about and know what you're talking about. And then not only that, one thing I could say about this channel, guys like Joe Bone, like Drew, one thing I can say, they give out honest. They know what they're talking about. They put out content and they know what they're talking about. You might not agree with it.
It's a different type of thing because they know ball.
Right, they know ball.
Some people they are very smart when it comes to statistics and things like that. But there are very few that know ball. They know ball. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. So it's absolutely amazing. Right. Some of the stuff you run across, man.
Funny.
Well, since we brung up, that guy, that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
And I guess it's only fit that we got to talk about the Lions since we brung up Ndamukong Suh. Yeah. We got to bring up the Lions.
Oh man, yeah.
So let me switch caps, man. So
Detroit Lions.
It's time. I got to feed my Lions fans in here, man. We are over a half hour. We only meant to be on for an hour. Got to feed my Lions fans, man. I know y'all excited. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all excited. Y'all hearing these reports coming out, mini camp, especially with Aiden Hutchinson being better than advertised, according to the coaches. Coaches don't really endorse like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to the season because I took a lot of flack for saying we need to get, Aiden instead of Kayvon Thibodeaux.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Kayvon Thibodeaux, because I know that was the boy on 97.1. That was his boy. But I just want to say this. Can I say this? Thank you, Jacksonville. Thank you, Jacksonville.
You idiots.
Thank you so much.
You idiots, man. Measurements will beat our production will beat measurements any day.
Yeah.
For me, any day when it comes to football. Can you go out there and ball? I don't care about your measurement. You can jump. You can have a 60-inch vertical playing basketball. Right. If you can't hoop, I don't want you.
Right.
Pro days, combines, all of that stuff means zero to me. Zero. It only helps an argument. Production. Production. You took Walker.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Hey.
Good luck with that.
About him, but thank you, Jacksonville. Thank you. Look, when I'm never sitting there watching it. When Jacksonville announced that they was taking Walker, they put the camera on where Aiden Hutchinson was sitting. He wasn't even in the chair no more. The Lions might have been on the phone. Well, we got you, baby. He was already gone. He was already going to the room.
We almost got choked because I told him. I said, listen, y'all. I say, listen. I say, y'all gotta go,
right?
And y'all gotta go check out. You know what I'm saying, that video clip, man. And just listen to what those coaches were saying. Because, like I said, they, you read behind the lines, man, with some of them players that they was talking to through the process. You try to figure out who is that they talking to. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to put a face with, because they had everything blocked out in that episode. I think it was episode 3. Episode 4 gave you clarity. It told you who that was, who they were talking about. And like I said, it brought a little bit of light to what the Lions are trying to do and what they're looking at. Me, I'm bumping the table. I'm big, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Like I said, it's when you look at the Lions, you look at what they're trying to do. You look at this upcoming season. You look at the schedule. Mm-hmm. What do you seriously see them doing this season, this upcoming season? Do you see them being a team in the middle? Do you see them winning out, more games than expected, somewhere around a 10-win season? Or do you see them somewhere around 7 wins, 8 wins, or even less than that?
Well, of course, we all want at least 10 and above. But I see somewhere maybe a little bit below 6, 7, 8 wins. That's what I say. If they stay injury free, okay. That's what injuries is a monster. Yeah. So especially in football, but they stay injury free, and I really believe. See, what I love. This is what I like about what the Lions did this time, and I know everybody want to say SOL, same old Lions. No, mm-hmm. It's not.
Not this time.
It's not. I know the Ford still got it.
Yeah.
I know Sheila's running, but. At least she's acting smart enough to get out of Holmes and all them guys' way. Let who you hired run the team. They got a plan, y'all.
Yeah.
And we got to stick with the plan. Now, are they going to win the Super Bowl next year? No. But I think they got a plan in place to get them quicker. Because I tell you, if this old Virginia would have still been here, you thought last year was bad. They wouldn't have won a game last year. Not with Mr. Know-It-All. He knowed everything. You couldn't tell him nothing. You don't believe that? Go ask Slay in Philadelphia. Go ask what's the boy Diggs.
Diggs.
Go ask them guys.
Deshaun Robinson.
Ask them. Deshaun Robinson. Ask them what they thought. Look, it's one thing if you just heard Darius Slay saying something. Say, okay, well, that can be 50-50. I can go either way. But then when you start getting 6, 7, 8 players that's playing, talking, and then all of a sudden now you got retired players that be around the team coming in saying something ain't right.
And I want to speak to this comment by Elton, man. You've been on fire in the comments, Elton, because I'm right around that 7 to 10 wins type of area too, simply based on the situation with some of these teams. They're in a rebuild, restructure type of thing. But he's on point, man, because there is legit excitement around this team. And it's because of the way that they're building it. Mm-hmm. It's the way that they're drafting. It's the guys they're bringing in. It's the attitude that Dan Campbell's brought to this team.
Oh, love his attitude.
Man,
love it.
The maximum that they're getting out of these players, you haven't seen these type of things happen. Last time I seen that the players be this bought in was the Caldwell era. Even though we didn't have the talent that we needed, you know what I'm saying, especially when it came to depth. They are bought in, man. They love them. They love that coaching staff, man. Yes. And they play hard. We lost a lot of games, and that's the wild card. The wild card for me this season, Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've seen some games, some winnable games that we just couldn't get over the hump simply because we couldn't get touchdowns, man.
That's right.
So, with this new roster, all the weapons that we've added.
Right.
What we've done in the receiving core, another year up under the offensive line's belt. Mm-hmm. I think Swift is going to have a heck of a year this season.
Yes.
So with that, on top of that, you have to look at the schedule. We had one of the toughest schedules in the entire league, and we still were in these games, still in them. Mm-hmm. So with this schedule being a little bit easier.
With a lot of no names.
Yeah.
Really. People didn't even know these guys.
I mean, some of these dudes off the streets.
Going through a brick wall. These guys, look, I know y'all people laugh and even the reporters and stuff talk about, this is the Dan Campbell coming in, talking about biting kneecaps and all that. What kind of stuff is that? These guys brought into that. They was really at the day when physically, but they literally was going through a brick wall for Campbell.
See, Polo, man. Polo, you just had to, didn't you? We finished in the division. I don't know about that yet. We gonna make some improvement. I don't know, man. The wild card is Green Bay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're gonna get out of Green Bay, man. I appreciate
y'all. How Debo Roberts is doing. Rogers is going to be doing. because he lost a couple of things. And you know, Rodgers ain't no spring chicken, man. He's you know, but
if we get, I would say this
Rodgers,
with Green Bay, all we have exactly.
Rodgers,
man. Hey man, and I want to say to Elton and Owen, I see you guys, man. Appreciate you for rejoining the channel. I know I ain't been on here, but I'm back. I'm back. So, listen, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get to the quarterback, that changes everything. Aaron Rodgers has been consistently getting his behind kicked in the playoffs because of the pass rush.
That's right.
We have to get our hands on Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. And like I said before, thank you, Jacksonville.
Aiden Hutchinson is going to have 863 sacks the first game against
Jacksonville. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, you know, like I said, and, you know, interesting. Another thing, man, some of them guys that we drafted in the later rounds, man.
Can I say something? I'm going to make a call right now. The first game they play against Green Bay, I know the last game of the season is against Green Bay. I don't know if it's there or here. But the first game they play against Green Bay, I'm already going to make a bold prediction. I'm going to go out on a limb. Aiden Hutchinson is going to sack Rodgers about 2 times, at least 2 times. Not one, but 2 times. And Rodgers is going to be looking around like, wait a minute.
I'll jump. Cardi, listen, Cartier stare. I'm jumping in it. I'm jumping in on this one. Okay, I'm jumping in that, man, because like I said, we got to get our hands on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you can't get him. He can't be back there eating a ham sandwich and
picking his nose.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking around, pointing people in the crowd, having a conversation. You got to get the great quarterbacks. You got to get to them. You just got to get.
That's how you beat them.
Right. Even if you don't sack them, they got to feel the heat.
Back
in the day, the late Alex Karras, when the Lions had, I forgot what they called him. But a quarterback said they were so fearsome. He said every time when we played the Lions and Alex Karras would tackle me, after he tackled me, Alex Karras would ask him, what did I have for lunch? And he would say, I'll be able to tell him because I could smell his breath. what he had for lunch that day.
I'm going to tell you like this. Listen, Aiden Hutchinson, Aaron Rodgers, you going to smell his cologne.
Right.
Because he going to be all over you. You hear me?
Exactly.
You hear me? And not just him, because we coming, man.
Right.
We coming. We definitely coming, man. Listen, the Bears, they got to break everything down. That ordeal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like I said, they got to break everything down. I'm not worried about the Bears. Yeah. The Vikings are a crapshoot. You don't know what you're going to get out of the Vikings. You never know what you going to get out of the Vikings, man. So, man, like I said, when it comes to that division, they have a legit chance. They have a chance. It's just where those chips fall, man. So, you know, it depends on the production, man, we get out of that defense. If we get pressure on these quarterbacks, it's going to be a better day for everybody. We still have 683 linebackers on this team. So I don't know what's happening there. Speaking of linebacker, man, I'm hearing some things about that kid we drafted, man, out of Oklahoma. You know, Rodriguez, man. Malcolm Rodriguez is out there, you know, working out with the starters and things like that. And okay, all right, Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been behind this guy, him in Houston, man. I got high hopes for those two.
Well, see, Holmes is like we.
Yeah.
And see, everybody talk about, that's how you build your team. You can build it with free agents and all that stuff, but you got to build it through the draft. And I'm not just talking about first and second round. Everybody like, oh, why didn't they draft this the first, second round? Yeah. Sometimes look, St. Brown.
Yeah, right.
Year. Yeah. That's Holmes, y'all.
Yeah.
Holmes scouted that. When other people, you know how many, when you get to, what was St. Brown, 4th or 5th round? So that means about 60 something.
I think it was 4th round.
Okay, so that means about at least 40, almost 50 players went before him, right?
Yeah.
You know, well, not counting the first and second round, but at least another 20-something players.
You can go deeper than that, Pops.
Right.
Jerry Jacobs. He wasn't even. Yeah, right. we can go undrafted.
Undrafted. So you gotta have somebody that knows what they're doing and that can delegate. See, Weaver and Holmes just ain't they ain't the ones just making the decisions too. They know how to delegate and get their point across. So your scouting department's got to be excellent. And they got to know, and then you got to find gems. If you find gems out there, you can do something with that. And as far as what you were saying about Jared Goff, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pulling for him.
I am too.
I'm pulling for Jared Goff.
I am,
man.
Yes, you heard that right.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Jared Goff. Please prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Jared Goff. Do not be Jared Goof. Show me who you are, Jared Goff.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this player that comes out every blue moon. I need consistency. Mm-hmm. I need you to throw that ball down the field.
Right.
We went and got some big play receivers for you. I want to see some big plays.
You got a nice tight end. You definitely got the running backs.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's Swift and Jamal Williams and who's the third round? Or he wasn't even third round. That's a sleeper. Is that the guy you was talking about? He was almost 6th, 7th round.
Who you talking about?
The running back that the Lions got. I don't know if he'll be on the team. And then he picked what's the free agent?
Oh, you talking about Jefferson?
Yeah, Jefferson. But what's the other guy? Reynolds.
Reynolds. That's my dog.
Yeah, Reynolds.
He cut from the practice squad. Reynolds is my guy.
Yeah, Mr. Netflix.
Yeah, man.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Your scouting department, Holmes, they come in and saying, "Look, this is a guy there. Yeah, I know they call him Netflix, and Netflix. Yeah, but wait till you see him on the field,
man.
See what he does."
I love Reynolds,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Him, those guys, man. You know those fringe guys, him and Khalif Raymond, man, and some of them dudes, man. I love those dudes, man. And like I said, you know, before we come into this season. You know, at the end of last season, I said, listen, we're at this stage where we have depth already. Usually you go get the players and then you see teams trying to add depth to their roster. Mm-hmm. We have the depth already. We have the second, third string ready. Mm-hmm. We need to plug in the stars, the studs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those playmakers.
Right.
That's all we need to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Because your second and third team, that's your filler is
right,
because you can't. I mean, look, we drafted Hutchinson. Hutchinson can't play every down.
Yeah,
that's just the bottom line. That's why you got the, you know, I heard him on 97.1. Man, they got so many defensive ends, so many defensive. Well, you need that to rotate them. What you think you're just gonna keep Hutchinson out there every single down? It doesn't work that way. But if your second guy and your third guy, the third guy is pushing the second guy, and then the second guy coming in saying, "Well, I know I ain't got the name of Hutchinson, but I'm gonna push him. I'm gonna come out there." That's what it's competition within competition.
The way
your team,
the way I see it with football, important positions.
Yeah,
I'm never going to complain about having a lot of guys.
Right. Especially
let's just be honest. Some positions are a little bit more important
than others. You're right,
especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes.
So I'm never going to complain about that.
Yeah,
ever. You know, because injuries are going to happen.
That's a rough game.
Them athletes will tell you everybody injured.
Yeah, there's some big men out there.
Everybody injured, man. They got something they dealing with.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because your body ain't meant to be dealing with all of that impact.
14th week of the season.
Yeah,
I don't care if you had 2 buys.
Yeah, right.
It ain't do no good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey.
So you know, like I said, my only thing, you have a difference in GMs. You have you can have different types. And I like the type that Brad Holmes is. Mm-hmm. And he has the traits of becoming a great GM. And the reason why is eye for talent. You know what I'm saying? Eye for talent. And he has a vision of what he's trying to put together. That is something that's rare when it comes to GMs. Mm-hmm. Some GMs they're good at acquiring picks, a lot of capital and everything else, but they can't put it together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They can't go out and draft the right guys.
Yeah.
Well, he's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? He has this that gene that's similar to Troy Weaver.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to go and get the sexy dude. I don't have to go and spend a boatload of money on a guy. I can put this team together with my eyes closed, and we're gonna be competitive and we're gonna compete. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna eventually down the line, we're gonna be competing for championships.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we only seen that one time here in Detroit, and that was back around that 2004 era with Joe Dumars. And that was a topic too we're gonna get to after we finish the segment. I did a poll on Joe Dumars.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna get into that a little bit before we get ready to get off. But Yeah, like I said, man, it's Jared Goff or bust this season
that's it.
because we ain't got nothing at quarterback behind him.
No,
You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be that X factor. Your quarterback is the X factor.
because then they cut a couple of guys already. Then who was the I don't even
Yeah,
what was his name? I can't think of that guy, the backup quarterback.
Oh no, they still here?
No, I think
You talking about Boyle and
Boyle.
Blau?
I think Boyle is gone.
Yeah, when?
Yeah, I've heard on the radio they released him.
Wow.
Unless they brought him back and he's on the back. Yeah,
I didn't even get that.
Yeah, he's somebody looked that up. He's been released. Yeah.
Anybody got some familiar some I don't even want to try to say the word. I'm not about to make myself fooling myself in front of y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we still ain't got nothing at quarterback.
Yeah. No. Well,
and we seen that man,
if he was still here, we
seen that answer. We seen him have opportunities to win us some games, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, now you have the receivers. Now you have that time to build some chemistry. There's no excuses this time around.
Right.
There's no excuses that this time around. You got to produce.
That's right.
You have to produce.
And it starts with you said the key word. You got to produce, but in order to produce, you got to be willing to compete. Because if you ain't going to produce if you ain't willing to compete, that's the way I'm looking at it. I know last year's team was bad. That's what I said. Them 3 wins, but no names, and them guys was going through a wall.
It was
for the coaching staff. They was competing.
That's what I'm saying. It would be different probably if we was, getting blown out.
That's right.
But that wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case.
These
they was
teams
competing.
were legit sweating.
Right. They was competing. They was competing.
Like you talking about sweating, man. Go ask Lamar Jackson about that game.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It took record-setting field goals to beat this team.
Record-setting.
With a bunch of guys off the couch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's it.
So how could you not be excited about this team going forward? You getting that type of effort out of these dudes, man, and now you plugging in some talent and some vets and stuff like that. So how could you sit there and honestly say, man, I'm not excited about what's happening? They're building this thing the right way for the first time in my lifetime.
Right. They got a plan.
My lifetime, they building it the right way. Even though I got gripes about building around quarterbacks, I don't like that. I like for teams to build a team and then go get the quarterback. I don't like building teams for quarterbacks. That don't work well. Yeah. We tried that with Stafford. We tried to get pieces to go with Stafford instead of focusing on the offensive line, a solid backfield, a solid and consistent defense that has some actual depth. We didn't work on that type of stuff. We tried to get him toys. I don't like that.
Right. And then you see what Stafford did.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Holmes on that. He didn't pout about it. Yeah. This is what Stafford won. I know people saying, oh, well, Stafford got it. Well, okay, he gave Stafford. Stafford went, and that's what LA wanted. They didn't think Goff could get the job done. They got Stafford, but they had what? Things in place. And Stafford came in and he didn't come in acting like he was all that in the bag of chips. I've been in the league 12 years type thing. He came in hungry.
He didn't come in and talk.
That's right.
He came in
and worked.
Got the job done. Simple as that. We can go to one of the playoffs games where his team did everything possible to lose that game for him.
That's
fumbling, turning the ball, everything possible.
Exactly.
And they still won that game.
And they still won the game because of what he did. And how about this, son? How many times have we seen him on this bad Detroit Lions teams do that?
And we got so spoiled by him. We started to blame him for everything. Because like I said, when you have a quarterback that throws the amount of times that he throws,
right,
interceptions are going to happen.
Exactly.
Those other quarterbacks are going to do well. You know why? Because they can hand the ball off to somebody.
He didn't have that, right?
That's how football works, ladies and gentlemen. That's how football works. Yeah. So when we got Michael LaSure in the backfield,
oh boy,
with Kevin Jones and some of these names, I can go, you know what I'm saying? We got Dominic Raiola on the line way too long. You know what I'm saying? So I can, you get, pasta plate Raiola. So I can really dig into it, man. Some of the flaws we've had. Man. So yeah.
Oh, man.
So listen, man. Like I said, it's been an absolute blast. Before we do get off of here, I do want to talk about that because that's something that I want to have a debate on. We got to switch the cap back. We got to go back to the Pistons. I know some Lions fans are here, but we got to go back Pistons real quick. Joe Dumars, especially coming from you, Pop, because you've been around in all of our winning eras. You've seen him as a player and as a GM. Mm-hmm. Great or good? Or terrible? As a GM.
So I'm going to eliminate the terrible. But this is what I'm going to say as a player. And even though, I don't know if he's in the hall or not, but even though I'm going to say as a player for his work ethic and what he did, he didn't have the flashiness like his fellow courtman, Isaiah Thomas, or he didn't jump like a Michael Jordan. And he definitely didn't throw his chest out like Rick and Bill did. But I'm going to say he was a great competitor. So I'm going to call him a great player for the things that how he represented Detroit, the things that he did on the court, how he was in the community. I'm going to say as a general manager, good for a certain amount of time. And some of it being his fault, and some of the majority of but he was in a certain situation. The owners died, the wife took over. And instead of her, and she had all the money in the world, but instead of her doing what was right by the team, she was out at Somerset Mall all the time doing stuff. Joe get on the phone, and she's in Hudson's or something out there at Somerset Mall talking about Hudson. Well, maybe not Hudson because Hudson's been gone, but whatever the store.
That was a department store to you kids under 21.
What's the stores now? 21. Right. All that. She was out there asking Joe, "What dress do you think I should get?" And Joe was like, "I'm trying to run a team." But what ruined Joe was the fact that even before the Charlie with the Charlie Villanueva and Ben Gordon was before him, but his downfall was really Josh Smith when he brought Josh Smith in. And I know, you know what the thing about it, and just like you were saying earlier, Josh Smith could jump out the gym and he could do all those type of things. And before y'all beat up Drummond had to play on the front line with Josh and Greg Monroe.
I'm so glad you said that. Well, this has been my argument for years.
On the front line
do you realize what this man has went through? Drummond has played with some clowns, man. Clowns. Do you hear me?
Look, Drummond be wide open in the paint. And he clapping his hands for Josh, and Josh was
chucking that joint.
He chucking the joint, and at the Palace, he was the one that laid half the side of the Palace. He built
them bricks.
With some bricks. He was a concrete layer. I'm telling you, man. I'm just being honest. I ain't looking at Josh as a bad person, but as a basketball player, and then definitely getting close to that end of his time. Hey, I give it to him, man. Made his money, he got paid. Yeah. But he it wasn't it, and then Drummond playing with him, and then you got Greg Monroe, what he used to
Moose.
Moose. It was and that's what messed Joe up.
How many years did we pass on guards?
Yeah, we passed on
so many guards.
The worst one I can think of, first of all, were the two worst ones. We passed on Devin Booker for Stanley Johnson. Somebody just said
we passed on Kimball.
We passed on Mitchell.
That was the worst of all time.
That was the worst of all time.
Worst of all time. Like, what are you doing?
Stan Van Gundy again.
Him and Booker, those two, them forever gonna scar me. Like, bro, come on, man.
That's why even during the he didn't do the finals, but when he was doing the round before that with Stan Van Gundy, I had to turn away sometimes. I couldn't even listen to his voice. Hey. I was like, listen. He got the nerve to be making a comment about basketball, and then the other guys, they didn't want to do it, but they had to do it out of respect. Well, you know what, Coach? You called him what? Coach.
Look, y'all ain't gonna come for Austin Day. Austin Day was just
Austin
born.
Day.
He was born in the wrong era.
Yeah.
He would have flourished in his era.
Yeah. Austin Day.
He was
just
ahead
was
of his time.
Ahead of his time. Yeah.
But Henry Ellison is inexcusable.
Oh,
Henry
man.
Ellison is the greatest G League player of all time.
Man, yeah.
Oh, dog. It's just like, man, with Joe Dumars,
I forgot about Henry. Wow.
with Joe Dumars, I have to leave him at good.
Mhm.
Some of the things that he did, I felt like he was pressing that he didn't have to do.
Yeah.
He did have some bad situations.
Yeah.
I think when he did do the breakup, go for the breaking up the team, I feel like, you know, he broke up. He chose the wrong players.
Yeah.
You know, so he chose the wrong players to
Mhm.
break up with. You know, those guys are a little bit older.
Yeah.
They
I
should have
don't
been
think we
broke
do-
up a little bit earlier. I
Yeah,
would say
if
that.
you're gonna do that, yeah.
If you're gonna do that earlier.
But and I'm gonna be honest with you. When I heard that Chauncey got traded for Allen Iverson, and I know a lot of you probably there's someone now that don't know who Allen Iverson is, and he was an exciting player. But I'm gonna tell you something about Allen Iverson. See, I used to work at MGM Grand as a bartender, and every day that I worked, I used to see Allen Iverson down in MGM Grand, sitting at the crop tables right across from my bar with his posse around him. Right, with his posse around him, drinking a Corona, and people couldn't get near him. The only time I ever seen him get up from that table, it wasn't if somebody called and said basketball practice. You get up to go to the restroom. I've seen Allen, and I used to work nights. I used to go in at 4:00. I didn't get off till 1:00 in the morning down at MGM Grand, and he would still be sitting there. He would close the table. You know, they got a rotation with the dealers. He would play with about 12 different dealers the whole night to come through. Some of them twice in a row, because some of them would come back to rotate back to him.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And he just would sit there. But a lot of times I was thinking, man, that guy got to have butt sores sitting in the chair that long.
I think we caused him to drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
That man openly expressed how much he did not want to be here.
Yeah, he did not want to be here.
And we still did.
Remember he did that interview, him and Rasheed. Both of them was uncomfortable.
Man.
Rasheed didn't want to do it. And
Yeah.
you could tell Allen Iverson did not want to do this interview. And then, you know, Joe, he already did that. He traded away Chauncey, who him and Rip was like this, and it just broke Rip up. Then his coach at the time, I think, was a guy by the name of Cougar. Am I saying his name right?
Mm-hmm.
We bringing in Allen Iverson. So guess what, Rip? This guy that led you to the 2004 championship. Guess what, Rip? What's that? You're coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I'm coming off the bench. Why? Because Iverson is here? Yeah. I need for you to come off the bench.
Frustrating times.
Frustrating times.
You chose to start the
chemistry was messed up.
You started you chose to start the rebuild with the with the leaders of your team.
Yeah. I would have,
Chauncey. Chauncey, he didn't have it. He didn't have nothing left in the tank. Well, he did. He did well in Denver.
Yeah.
He did just fine in Denver.
I would have just, you know what? I just would have wrote that out. I would have wrote this. I would have wrote it out. You know, they still. I don't think they made the playoffs that year. I think they was here until he made that trade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have just stuck with the team. You know, I mean, for me, it might even been more devastating to the time that I remember when the Bad Boys won the championship and Rick Mahorn got that call with the expansion. And the look on his face. If you ever could pull up that video of him just walking out of the Palace Arena,
yeah,
he was crushed.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about here. You know, they call him the baddest of baddest bad boys.
Yep.
This man was literally crushed, 6'11", 260 pounds, with tears, crocodile tears coming down his face, walking out the palace.
Yeah,
you would have thought that he was a baby.
I always
worse than a baby. So
I always say the players that actually love it here and want to be here.
When they get to know it, yes.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we treat them terribly for some reason. I don't know why. It's just me. And that's with the Lions and the Pistons. I just feel like we don't treat them as well as we should.
That's another topic right there.
You know, I just feel like we don't, man. Because even though these teams do foul things, they still come back around. They still come back to the city. A lot of them still reside here and still live here because they love the people.
They love the people. They love the people. And I already know who you're talking about as far
Yeah.
as with the football.
Oh,
I already know
countless with the football.
with the football.
I can really
Two
get
guys
deep into that.
Yeah, two guys in particular. And I'm not gonna say their names on the thing, but Lions didn't treat them right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lions ain't treat
They
a lot
did
of
not
people right
treat them.
in the past.
But these guys still come back. One guy in particular, he always when he speaks on the Lions, he don't say, "Well, the Detroit Lions need to do this." You know what he says? We. He still believes in the city of Detroit. This is what we need to do. This is where we have to go to make this thing work.
That right there. That thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
These fans that be booing Drummond every time he come to the arena, it makes me absolutely sick.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
because that lets me know that once again, you don't know ball.
Yeah.
Drummond takes a lot of flack because he didn't turn out to be a superstar. Drummond should have never been a number one, number two option on your team.
Exactly.
Period.
Right. He shouldn't have been.
He is literally just a big on your team.
Right.
The expectations for Drummond were crazy.
That's right.
Drummond, as a rookie, was absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing. When he had Brandon Jennings during that era, absolutely amazing. But when things went south, when you looking at a point guard and Steve Blake, you got Kyle Singler, you got Jose Calderon, Brandon Knight, you got like, come on, bro. And then you got a fat coach yelling at you all the time, talking about Andre. Like, come on, dog. Like, do you, as a person, if anybody in here played ball before, you wouldn't get annoyed by that? I mean, he did the same thing to Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard got tired of his fat little butt.
Yeah, he threw him under the bus.
Like, it's a reason why Stan Van Gundy's sitting behind the desk and not on the sidelines right now. Yes, got rid of Dinwiddie too early. What is, bro? Look at the circumstance.
Joe, another big mistake he did was he gave up too soon on Chris Middleton.
Yeah, man.
Okay, but yeah, we got Jennings, and Jennings did play some good ball with Detroit with Andre Drummond. That was the only true point guard he had. But
I feel like you didn't have to give up Middleton though to get Brandon.
You didn't.
You could have gave up something else.
You could have picks or something like a second round pick. But yeah, I just think he just didn't have the confidence in him. But yeah, you're absolutely right about Dinwiddie. And I know Dinwiddie's been on a couple of teams now, but shoot, Dallas should think they lucky stars. I mean, they should be glad they got Dinwiddie because that boy can ball.
Oh, you on point today, Pop. Didn't I tell y'all? Even though he's still good player. Bro, to me, in that last series they played, Dinwiddie was better than Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all was ready to throw the bag at Brunson.
Yeah.
The entire bag off of what a Utah Jazz series. Y'all was ready to throw the bag at Brunson. Brunson is a heck of a player. Little dude can ball. But like I said, throwing the bag at him, that wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, like that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad you looked at me like that. 25. No.
Dinwiddie was better.
Dallas ain't better than that. Yeah, Dinwiddie can ball, man.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I don't know what happened in Washington. I don't know if him and Bill got into it or he got into it with management.
Washington is a trash heap too. That's why I say, like, with guys like him, or for instance with Mo Bamba, some of these teams are absolute trash heaps. There are trash heaps.
Right. That's the team. For all the glamour and all the nice weather down in Orlando and all this, and players like living there and stuff. And I know, especially financially, because it ain't no taxes, no state taxes for them down there. But I mean, okay, you take the money and run. But if you take the money and run, you're not going to win. That's the bottom line with that. I mean, if you don't believe that, ask Tracy McGrady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm talking about when they played the going to work business. Got up 3-1.
Yeah.
Thought it was over.
Yeah.
And the Pistons came back on him. So yeah, I mean,
It's just like I said, the perception on some of these players
Yeah.
is just so
Yeah.
phony, man. It's
one thing about
It's
like you said
toxic.
about the city of Detroit, the city. I'm not talking about the organization, see, because I mean, even though we don't talk that much about them on here, but like the Tigers organization,
yeah,
Red Wings organization, Pistons, or we don't talk about, but you got to give credit where it's due. That's why I'm giving credit now to Brad Holmes
mhm,
running that, giving credit to a Troy Reaver, but most of all, I want to give to you knowledgeable fans
yeah,
out there that love sport, love ball, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever it is, you love it, and then you get that player. See, y'all look.
we've been there, Eric.
Yeah, when Cade came in, look, we embraced it, and Cade loves it here, man. Cade don't want to go nowhere. Cade loves Detroit.
We've been there.
And fans, you know, when the player gets here, they might have heard all type of bad things. Look, you said something earlier about Green. Yeah, Van Gundy would have picked Green, but you know what? Soon as Green, because all he wanted to do was go number one. See, he wanted to go number one.
Mhm.
Cade knew he deserved to be number one. See, it's a difference between wanting to go and knowing that you deserve to be. Cade knew he deserved to be number one. Now, here's the thing with Green. Soon as he didn't get picked, he got picked number two.
Mhm.
Now, number two ain't bad. If you don't believe that, ask Aiden Hutchinson. He loving it now. He where he wanted to be. I got my wish, right? What did Green say? Oh, I didn't want to go to Detroit anyway because you know they have the shootouts and stuff. Oh, they don't have that kind of stuff in Houston though.
Right.
They don't have
Right.
bad areas in Houston. You
A
know,
bigger right.
that doesn't exist in Houston, y'all. But only in Detroit does that exist. They fans, they don't know what they talking about. You know, downtown there, it ain't no nightlife. Oh, really? You
So what you trying to get into?
Right, yeah.
Are you focused on ball or are you
Right.
focused on life,
Right.
on nightlife?
Right.
You and
Right.
KPJ over there. Right,
Matter
exactly.
of fact, Houston, good thing it was smart that James still wasn't there with him.
Yeah.
James would have introduced him to a lot of stuff down there in Houston. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So come on. What you talking about?
You know, from
Detroit
but
is
with
that
him
bad.
being from where he from, I expect that from him, to be honest.
Where is he from?
He's from LA.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That says it all. Once these athletes gets here to the city of Detroit, they realize what a great place this is. You know, and not only, you know, what I love to hear these players talk about, not the nightlife and all that. You'll find that in any city. But I like when they talk about the culture of Detroit. You know, the art museums. I know that sometimes don't interest some of us, but they like just walking around. They like seeing lively stuff that's going on downtown. I like it when the players intermingle with each other from other teams. You see the Piston players at Tiger games. You see the Tigers.
They do that a lot
at the football game.
I've literally walked on
Yes.
Woodward and seen Lions players
Love it.
just walking. You know what I'm
I don't know
saying?
if they do that a lot in other cities, but you see it here.
Yeah.
And you know what they're talking about? They talking about, well, yeah, you know, I'm from Jersey and you from, and this is what we do. They talking about, man, ain't this beautiful? We both here in Detroit. We don't play the same sport, but we look at it. This is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's what they talking about.
They changing the perception
Yes.
slowly but surely.
Mhm.
Changing the perception, man. I feel sorry for you, Eric. I got your comment up on the screen, man. You're a Magic fan. We've been there. We've been there, man. It's, you know, like I said, I don't know if you heard the reports, but the Magic actually are supposedly rumored to be a possibility to take another guard, which I was not sold. Yeah, which I was not sold on. Anthony and Suggs. Like, you got two undersized dudes in your backcourt. I don't know. I seen a
first back.
yeah, possibly moving down and taking a guard. I seen that this morning. But bro, Anthony out there in them boots, I wasn't sold. Suggs, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't know, man. You know, like I said, I love Franz Wagner. You know, I got a chance to watch him up close in college, so I already knew what y'all was getting.
Yeah, y'all got a good player.
But I don't know, man. I don't like your backcourt. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's why I said maybe they would take Chet because they talked about him and
Those dudes ain't the
and,
future.
The boy
Wagner.
No, the guard.
Oh, you're talking about the guard.
What's the guard?
Suggs.
No,
Anthony.
Suggs,
Suggs. Suggs ain't the future.
Well, they played together in high school.
Yeah, but he ain't the future though.
Well, I know he's not.
He got a nice backup career type of vibe from him, but nah, he ain't the.
Well, Cole is really he probably went to you. He's not even a starter. Is he?
Man, Cole is
off
a
the bench?
man. Cole Anthony is a bum. Him and his Rottweiler looking daddy, Greg Anthony. Cole, yeah. At least I'm not going to Detroit. What? Okay, yeah, he said that out of his own mouth.
Right. At least I'm not going to.
And every time he come here, they be trying to give him the business. But yeah, man, Anthony, them dudes ain't the future, man. They ain't the future. So, I seen that about Terrence Ross too.
Okay.
But yeah, you out there in them boots, man, trying to touch the rim, that ain't gonna get you nowhere in life. But yeah, man. Serious note though, like I said, we in a good place. So let's get ourselves prepared for this draft. We'll see what we do. We'll see where the chips fall. Either way it goes, it's gonna be exciting and fun for us to watch. But other than that, like I said, you guys enjoy the rest of this Father's Day. Be sensible. Like I said, monitor your situation. No drinking and driving out there. You know what I'm saying? Just spend the night if you got to. But we are definitely going to enjoy the rest of this day. Very blessed situation to be able to come on here with you guys. Blessed situation for us to do what we have done and are still doing. Being a father and being a pivotal point in your family is a very important thing. So, to take a day and say, hey,
I am so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of this man here. I'm proud of how he just loves his family. Great dad.
Yeah.
Yes, you are the king's child. So yes, this has been an honor and a pleasure to come on and just break bread with you guys and just talk, let it all hang out and have a good time and get good laughter and all, and looking forward to Thursday though.
Absolutely, man. So shout out to the Pistons, shout out to the Lions organization, shout out to Lions Nation Unite. Make sure you guys go download that app. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because it's some content getting ready to get released on there you don't want to miss. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Joe Polo, man. Detroit Drew, Woodward Pistons, man. Woodward Sports in general, man. All these outlets, you just got to appreciate these guys doing it out there. Even Motor City Sports Talk, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody, just support them, man, because it takes a lot to get in front of this camera, and then the efforts and the editing and a lot of people got a lot of things going on in the background. So, shout out to all of you guys that's out there doing it, man. Micro Mike, everybody. I don't want to miss everybody. I'm just say everybody. And yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to those channels. And we're going to get ready to go ahead and enjoy the rest of this day. Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's fun. We definitely got to do this more.
I always keep saying, this won't be my last time.
Yeah.
Hold me to it. Put it in the comments. Tell Pops to get his butt back on there because I do want to come back on there and break bread with y'all. And, Jomo, I'm gonna be checking you out, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be making some comments on your podcast there.
Yeah.
You got good content, little brother.
Yeah.
Keep
Absolutely.
Young man. Too.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Got to do something. Got to do something with Joe Polo, man.
Please do.
Got to.
Yeah.
Joe Polo, cool.
Yeah.
Some of the names just to toss out there, man. I just got to do something with y'all guys, man. It's been long overdue. You know what I'm saying? I remember like yesterday when some of y'all was starting them channels, man. For real. Make me feel old. Got no gray hair growing nowhere, do it. Yeah. I'm just the old guy now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done took over. So, but yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody out there, all the people in the comments, man, all my subscribers. I love you guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.